Hello and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. As you can see from the wheel behind me, it is time to do another Wheel of TBR, this time for the month of April. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first of all, let me just address the lack of videos this month. I had all these plans that March was going to be a much better filming month, and then I got sick and I was super congested for like 2 straight weeks. I'm still a little bit congested, but I at least feel better and sound better. I'd actually filmed a couple of things while I was sick, but I just scrapped everything that I'd filmed because I just did not want to put that out on the internet. I just was not feeling well. So yeah, I haven't filmed anything in like a couple straight weeks. So apologies for that. Hopefully April will be better. Let's hope that I don't get sick because I was sick in February and in March. So let's hope that April gets us off on a better foot. But I did do a lot of reading during the month of March. I just didn't necessarily do all the reading I was supposed to from my wheel. So let's go ahead and recap a little bit. Spin number 1 landed on dystopian, and for that I chose Delirium by Lauren Oliver, which I did read. Then we had a book with more than 500 pages, and for that I had chosen European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman by Theodora Goss. I have not read this. I am hoping to get it started before the end of the month and get it finished. This one's very chunky, but I'm hoping that I can knock this out by the end of the upcoming week. So this still will get read, just probably not in March. Then I landed on a book from my 23 in 2023 list, and for that I chose The Upstairs Room by Joanna Reese, and I have not read this yet, but it's very short. I am hoping to get to this probably tomorrow and just knock it out, but have not read it as of yet. The next prompt was a mood read, and for that I decided to go ahead and go with The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, which I did read. And then the final spin again was 23 in 2023, and for that I chose Mrs. Frisby and the Rats of Nim by Robert C. O'Brien. I have started this, but I have not finished it. I'm only on page 20, but my goal is to hopefully get over halfway today, possibly finish it tomorrow, maybe read the whole thing. I was using this as like my lunchtime read, and things the last couple of weeks as we were heading into spring break were just crazy busy, and I was really only getting like 15 minutes to eat lunch. So I was not making much headway with this, but I am hoping that I can go ahead and get this mostly finished today, completely finish it tomorrow, and then I will also work on this one. They're both so short. I know I can get them done before the end of the month, which would mean that the only one I did not get read is this one right here. But obviously we will play that by ear, but I have been doing reading, just not the reading I was supposed to. So yes, that is the little recap. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into my spins for April. I do have a list of books here that I am hoping to fit onto my wheel. We will obviously see what prompts it gives me. I did stop at 23 in 2023, so that is where we are right now. So let's go ahead and just get into spin number 1 for April. Okay, so the prompt is fantasy, so let me take a look and see what I want to do for that. Okay, so for fantasy, I'm going to go ahead and go with a reread because I have a goal to finish this series in 2023. So that book is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I read this in 2019, I think, 2019, 2020, and listened to the audio, really enjoyed it, but honestly can't remember hardly anything that happened. So I would need to read like a synopsis to continue the series, and I decided I was going to just go ahead and reread the actual physical book, probably listen to the audio as well, because I'm kind of wanting to try my hand at highlighting, annotating, that kind of thing. I've never really done that, so I feel like this would be a good series to do that with. So this will be my choice for fantasy, and then hopefully I can read the remainder of the series throughout the next couple of months. So yes, book 1, A Darker Shade of Magic. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and replace that prompt with this one, which is middle grade. Okay, spin number 2. Okay, this one is a challenge prompt of some kind from my Always Fully Booked planner. There are a lot of various challenges that she includes in the planner, so let me see which one I want to do for that. For Always Fully Booked, I decided to go ahead and go with the prompt of a person facing away on the cover, and I've kind of set myself a little bit of a goal to read at least one book of the month book each month because I am not doing very good with my book of the months. So for that, I am going to choose The Good Left Undone by Adriana Trigiani. I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. This is a historical fiction book. It is set in Italy, and it's about a family. So this is the Cabrelli family, and it's about the matriarch of the family who's like coming to the end of her life, and she's got this secret that she's going to reveal to her family, and that's all I really know about this. But this is historical fiction, and I'm looking forward to reading it. I really like historical fiction, but I noticed as I was filling out my Always Fully Booked planner that I actually have not read any like adult historical fiction this year. I've read a lot of Nancy Drew books because that's a goal that I've set for myself, but I've not read any adult historical fiction. So this will also take care of that prompt in the planner as well. So yes, for my Always Fully Booked prompt, I'm going to use The Good Left Undone because it has a person facing away on the cover. Okay, let's replace that prompt with this one. Okay, this one is published between 2001 and 2020. So a newer release, but not brand new. Okay, spin number 3. Okay, and this one is illustrated. So that's any book with illustrations. And I know exactly which one I'm going to pick for this, so that's helpful. Okay, for illustrated, I am going to do the 16th Nancy Drew book, which is called The Clue of the Tapping Heels. I don't own this one, so here's the cover. I am going to have to request this through interlibrary loan, though, because my library does not own either the ebook or the physical copy of this, so this could take a little while to come in. But these books are so short, I can read them in like a couple of hours. But I have managed to read a book in January, February, and March. I kind of cheated a little bit and read February's book in March, but I'm caught up. So yes, number 16 will be my prompt for illustrated because all of the Nancy Drew books do have illustrations kind of throughout them. Okay, let's replace illustrated with a TBR vet. That is any book that's been on my physical TBR for a very long time. Okay, spin number 4. Nice. This one is a book that is less than 300 pages. So let me see what I want to pick for that. Okay, for less than 300 pages, I am going to go with Watch Over Me by Nina LaCour. This is a book on my 23 and 2023 list, so I'm excited to get that on here. This one has 261 pages, so nice and short, and it's like tiny. It's also got like pretty big margins, so I feel like this is going to be a very quick read. I have enjoyed everything I've read by Nina LaCour. Now I say everything, but I've only read 2 books by her. So this will be the 3rd one. I'm excited to see what I think. And yes, it is a book on my 23 and 2023 list. I have a goal to read 2 of those a month, so this will help me out with that. Okay, and we will replace that one with, oh, there's 2. Hold on, let's try that again. Let's do this one. Oh, a series finale. Okay, and the final spin, spin number 5. All right, and that one is a retelling. So I am classifying retelling as fairy tale, folktale, mythology, a classic retelling. Any kind of retelling I just put under this one general heading. So let me see what I want to do for that one. Okay, for retelling, I am throwing it way back. Like, let me look at the publishing year to really help you understand how far I'm throwing this back. 2012. This book came out in 2012. And that is Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson. This has been on my shelf since it was released. Now, it is a Peter Pan retelling, and I know that that's been like a huge thing over the last couple years. I feel like there's been a ton of Peter Pan retellings, but when this one came out, there really weren't that many of them. Some people really liked this, some people really did not, so it was kind of a divisive book. So I'm curious to see where I fall, but this is by far one of the oldest books on my physical TBR. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give it a read for retelling. It is a Peter Pan retelling, so, you know, checking that box. And we'll see where I fall. The cover is really pretty, and that's what kind of drew me to it initially, because I'm not like a huge Peter Pan fan necessarily, but yeah, we'll see what I think. I feel like when this one came out, a lot of people were saying that they loved it, and then as more people were reading it, more people started to say that they didn't love it. So yeah, I'll be curious to see where I fall, and we'll finally read a book that's been on my shelf for over 10 years. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and replace that prompt just so we're ready to go for the next month. Let's see, let's do... They're sticking together. Okay, I think I got one. Oh, there we go. A Book of the Month book. Okay, so now let's chat about the books that I was not able to fit onto my Wheel of TBR that I also am hoping to get to in April. So the first one is The Spite House by Johnny Compton. This was actually the March pick for the Literally Dead book club, but I wanted to listen to it on audio, and that hold still has not come in. I have like a week, I think, before it gets to me. So my goal is to read that early on in April and cross that off the list. The April pick for the Literally Dead book club is The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz, which I have not even put the hold in on yet. So we'll cross our fingers that that one doesn't take so long to get to me. But I also would like to obviously read that one in April. I have set myself a goal to read all of the Literally Dead book club picks during the year. I actually still have not finished the February one, which is the third Finley Donovan book. I am listening to that right now, so that should be done by the end of this week. But yeah, I'm not doing so well with reading them in a timely fashion. So if I could get caught up in April, that would be great. And the other one is my buzzword pick for the month of April. The buzzword was emotion, so something to do with emotions in the title. And for that, I chose The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, which is the first book in her Wayfarers series. I read her Monk and Robot series last year and absolutely loved it. So I'm curious to see what I will think about this one. If I like it, I'll continue the series, and if I don't like it, we'll pretend it didn't happen. So those are the 3 that I would really like to get to. I also have a couple of holds that have come in at my library. I have A House with Good Bones, or A House of Good Bones by T. Kingfisher, which I'm waiting to pick up because I'm gonna stretch it as long as I can before I have to go get it. But that one has just come in, and I also have this book right here, She is a Haunting by Trang Tan Tran. She is a Vietnamese author, so I may not have said that name correctly. I'm really, really sorry. But yes, this one's about a girl who goes to visit her estranged father in Vietnam, and there's something funky going on with the house. So it's a horror book. This one came in a little bit earlier than I was expecting, so hopefully I can get this one read as well. So that means there's quite a few books to try to get through in April. And ideally, I will be able to squeeze in a second book off my 23 and 2023 list as well, because I'm trying to read 2 of those a month. But we'll play it by ear. So here's what we're looking like with the books that I physically own, obviously. And hopefully April will be a good reading month. Hopefully I can actually film some vlogs and I won't come down with like random illnesses this month. So cross your fingers that my health is better this month. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.